Now we'll be talking about operators in C++. So there are different operators in C++. An operator is simply a symbol that used to perform operations. That can be many type operations like arithmetic, logical, bitwise operator. This all things are there. Now I can categorize this all three things in three parts. That is binary operator, unary operator, ternary operator. So arithmetic, relation, logical, bitwise, this and assignment, this comes under binary operator. Whereas unary operators are there and ternary operators are there. In arithmetic operators, if I explain a bit, so here you will find plus, minus, multiplication, division. These are what? Arithmetic operators. Those are what? Arithmetic operators. When I say relational operators, greater than, less than, or equals to, less than equals to, all those things are what? Relational operators. We'll be using those arithmetic operators, relational operators a lot in our programming. So logical operators, you might have used and, that is what? Logical operators, or operator, that is going to be logical operator, right? Similarly, bitwise operator is there. That is, we use the insertion operator, extraction operator we use in cout scene. Those are what? Bitwise operator. Assignment operator are those which are double equals to, it means equals to, or single equals to, that is what? Assignment operator. Those are assignment operators. When we say unary operator, we'll be using incrementation, decrementation. So those will be unary operator. That is plus plus is the increment operator, and when I say minus minus, that is what? Decrement operator. Those are called as unary operator. One thing you need to remember, that this all till here, arithmetic, relation, and logical and bitwise assignment, these all are binary operators. Whereas in unary operators, increment and decrement are the unary operators. And for ternary operator, it can be said as conditional operator also, right? Question mark. So that is what ternary operator is. So we're going to use these things all. Now we'll move forward with the precedence of an operator. So the precedence of an operator specifies which operator will be evaluated first and next. The associativity specifies the operator direction to be evaluated. It may be left to right or right to left. So here different operators category is given: postfix, unary, multiplicative, additive, shift, relational, equality, conditional, and assignment operators. We already saw what are the unary operators, what are binary operators, and what is ternary operator. So here in postfix, you see its associativity is written as left to right. It means this round bracket will be given preference first, then it will move as it is given. Then in unary, first addition will be given preference first, and accordingly whatever the operators comes, that will be done. It means these operations will be done first, then what are the precedence given, it will be work accordingly. Similarly, these things will be there. We'll be understanding these operators which are mostly used. We'll be taking example in the VS Code. Let's jump to the VS Code and see the demo there. Now we jump to the VS Code. Now again same process we'll be doing. I'll be clicking on this new file plus button and it will create a program. So we want to see the precedence of an operators, right? So I'll be writing operator.cpp. This extension you guys have to remember every time. So let me create it. So it's created. Now we'll again write the header file here. Hash include iostream. So this is the header file for C++ program. After that, I'll be writing using namespace std. Then what I have to write, I have to write the main function. In C++ program we always have to write main function, and return type will be integer. So integer main function, and within the scope I'll be declaring all the values, and I'll be taking all the operators to see the precedence there. So here I'll be writing int n1 and I'll give some value to it, suppose 67, and I'll be creating another variable of n2 and I'll be giving some values 78. Let's create few more variables and give the value to it. Suppose I created another variable that n3 and give a value 89, and I'll create another variable int n4 and I'll give some value that is 86, and I'll store that all these variables in something, and I'll just declare that. I'll not initialize it. In every 4 statements I have declared plus initialized, so I'll not initialize it. So I'll give n5 and I'll end this statement here. Okay, one more thing, this is called as statement. When we end with semicolon, that is what statement is. And int, if I write this thing, so it means what? Declaration of variable. Declaration of variable. This is what? Declaration of variable. And these 4 lines are means initialization of variables. Why I am saying initialization of variables? Because we declared int n4. N4 is a variable name, and we gave assignment operator and we gave some value. This is what we are initializing with some value. That's why it is called as initialization of variables. All right, this is done. Now we're going to see that the precedence of an operator, how it is defined, how it is obtained, right? So in n5 we are storing the value. So n5 is the variable name, and I'm going to use this round bracket. So we already know that round bracket precedence is more, so it will be calculated first. If I write n1 plus n2 and I give multiplication sign here and give n3 divided by n4, what will happen? This will happen first, then multiplication will be happening, then the division will be happening. So this is how precedence of that operator works. Okay, let's move forward. Here what will happen first? This round bracket operation will be done first, then multiplication is going to happen, then division. Okay, next go to the next statement. Suppose, and here I'll be printing that statement also, right? So what I have to use for printing, what we do? We write cout. So cout values of this whole thing. I'll just copy it and I'll write in the double quote so that it will come that way. Values of, if I paste this thing, okay, and what we stored? We stored in n5. So we're going to print n5. So I'll be writing n5 and I'll give endl statement that will move to the next line. Okay, this statement is over. Now this one whole thing is over. I'll just copy this again and just make changes accordingly. So I want to change something here. Suppose I want to take n3 inside this and after that division. So I want to take this n3 within this round bracket, suppose. So let me take this here. Okay, this is done. So what will be done? It will be calculated a plus b, then it will be multiplied with that, then same thing is going to happen, but we are changing the precedence. That round bracket has more precedence, so I'll change here also, and I'll be taking this inside this. All right, so n5 is the value it's going to print. All right, next move to the next part. Again I'll copy these whole things and I'll change something according to the whatever precedence we're going to use. Okay, I'm taking n5. N5 is our variable that is in we are storing. So suppose here I'm changing with something else. I'll remove this one and a plus b. Now I want to do every time n3 was getting multiplied. If I give here bracket, it means this addition will be happening, this division will be happening. After that all the value is going to be multiplied. Okay, one thing need to be taken care, that is after division integer value might not come, so it will give the value accordingly. So I have to change the value. So I'll change the value that every time we divide, that will come as integer, because we know when you divide n4 by n3 it may not come the integer value. So I'll change the values here. Suppose I'm going to change it value to 20 and I'm going to change this value to 10 and I'm going to change this value to 15 and I'm going to change these values to 5. So you have to take care all those things. Alright, now this is done. Again I want to see one more precedence. So I'll copy this one and I'll paste it here and I'll change the precedence. Suppose I'll take out this a n1 and I'll remove all these things, brackets, and I'll multiply this one n1. I'll take this in bracket n1 n2 into n3. I'll take into this bracket. All right, and it will be divided accordingly. So what is going to happen here? n1 plus this will be multiplied, this will be not addition. n1 n2 will not be added first because bracket has more precedence. So we'll be writing n1 plus n2 into n3, it is going to happen, then after division is going to happen. So accordingly here also I have to change. So this will be getting changed. So I'll just do what? I'll just copy from here and I'll paste it here. So we already did that, so I'll do it here. I'll again copy from here and just paste it here. Okay, we are done with the code. Now what I'll do, after I return 0 statement also, right? If I don't write also, that is completely fine, but best practice is to return some value. Why? Because it's of main function is of integer type. This main function is of integer type, so it will return something. Now you see the dot button is coming. I have to save the code, it means. So I'll save it. Control S command I given from the keyboard. Now I will run the code. So you see the values coming as, the values are coming. That is, value of this is 90. This is also 90. This is also coming as 90. It was doing these things. Then values of this is coming accordingly. Okay, I'll clear this once and I'll run this code again. Run the code. So now the values is coming accordingly. So what is happening here? I'll cross this out. What is happening here? This is addition first is going on, then multiplication, then this. So all thing is working according to the precedence. Thank you.